Hey, good Thursday morning, everybody. Uh, another chilly morning. It's supposed to be warming up, but it's gotten a little cooler. I think they said tomorrow morning is even going to be a little bit cooler than today. So let's go ahead and just check the temperature and see what it actually is out this morning. Tell me the temperature for DeLand, Florida. I said it wrong, and she takes me to a site. Try it again. What's the temperature in DeLand?
There's a fire weather warning in effect until 7 p.m. today. In DeLand, it's clear and 46, with mostly cloudy skies and a high of 63 in the forecast.
So there's a fire warning out for this area. It's dry. This time of year we get dry. Cassie's back there on the boat sofa, and she is itching. She gets itchy. She gets these skin things, and she gets uh, all she wants to do is itch. My throat's a little raspy again today. It's allergies. I have such bad allergies. Neighbors had to have a fire last night, and it just throws me off. The smell of smoke. It's not good for camping. When you go camping, if campfires bother you, it's not a good thing. And it does. You can see how I sound. It's a crazy thing. All kinds of things, perfumes and stuff, just makes me miserable. But anyways, that's what I am this morning, and so let's see what's in up north. I'm sure it's still pretty cool up there. What's the temperature in Wooster, Ohio?
In Wooster, it's clear and 24, with snow and a high of 32 in the forecast.
Snow. That's a four-letter word, snow. I never enjoyed the snow up there, but Sue's brother, he'll be going back up there. I think he said April 13th. He said unless it's snowing, and then he'll stay down here longer. He lives in a camper. They have a camper up in Ohio, and then they got one down here, and that's their home style. That's how they live out of the camper, which it gives you variety on it, traveling back and forth. Personally, I just rather stay down here. So, anyways, that's what they're doing now. It's Cortana. I want to say Cortina, but it's Cortana, and she's been really bad at jokes lately. I don't know. We need a new joke writer. She seems like she's been a little lax, but we're going to give her a try again. See if Cortana can give us a better joke. Give us a good joke, Cortana.
I got my wires crossed there.
So she can't
Could
even...
you say it another way? Sorry about that.
Tell me a joke.
Why was the Scarecrow awarded a Nobel Prize? Because he was outstanding in his field.
No, that was better. I haven't heard that one. I have heard her say that one, but not for a while. So it's outstanding in your field. So I never stood out in a field very often. Oh well. Hey, I was just reading somebody fell off a cruise ship out of Port Canaveral down here. I'm just wondering, how do you fall off a cruise ship? I guess you must be drunk. Get drunk and fall off the cruise ship like that. Now, depending on what floor you're on, that can be pretty high. If you've ever been on a cruise ship, some of those upper decks are really, really up there high. So that could be dangerous. They said they I think they said it was her picked her up and they came back into port. Which whatever she did, she probably kind of ruined it for the rest of them. You're already going this cruise and someone goes acting crazy and they fall off the cruise ship, and now everybody else has to pay for that. So I'll pay for it, but it kind of messes up their vacation. That's not a good thing. So I don't know. Some things people do, I haven't really quite figured out yet. I don't know. I'm sure must have probably been drinking, but even when I've got drunk, I've never done anything too stupid. But oh well, that's what happens. Spring breakers are here too. I thought they came after the bike week. Bike week's in town, like right now. They're coming in. We were over that way yesterday, and I see quite a few bikes are coming in. The campgrounds are getting full now. they pull trailers down with their motorcycles in it, and so it's starting to get pretty busy. It's chilly. We have a motorcycle, but when it's cold, I'm not going to take it out and ride because it's no fun flying down the road all bundled up and cold, the cold air in your face. I'm not doing it. Some people, I guess, still enjoy it, but that's not me. But there is, we have the DeLand bike rally in downtown DeLand this Saturday. It's a big event. Thousands of motorcycles come in town. They actually close the streets off to cars. Only way you can go down through there is be on a motorcycle. And so it's not very far. Even if it's chilly, it's supposed to be like 78 on Saturday, so it's a little better. But even if it's chilly, just the right, it's about 3-4 miles in town. And so I'll ride the bike in there. We're going to do some videoing. I'm going to try some 360 videoing with the bike rally and do some other videoing there with maybe do some 4K and that. So on our regular channel, check it out. We're going to do that. Today's daily vlog, if you check out, we had some Chinese foods, which is good. But then I did some video of the orange blossoms. They're in bloom. They smell so good. They just got such a fragrant odor. And I don't believe I have allergies to them, but perfume I would. If they make perfume out of the orange blossom, pure, no added ingredients, chemicals, it would it'd be smell good. They're a great smell, And so we get lucky. I got a lot this year because my lemon tree came back alive. I thought it was dead. I had this lemon tree here for years ago. I put it up and thought it died for years. It wasn't. And all of a sudden this year, went out there and I had a little tree with lemons on it. And now it's full of blossom. It's short. It's only about maybe chest height now. But it's amazing. It resurrected from the dead. Y'all believe in resurrecting from the dead? I don't. I think orange trees do. I don't think people do, but I guess some people believe that. Anyway, so that's been smelling good around here. Now we share a few camping tips this morning. There's a lot of different normal things there when you're going camping. Some of it's courtesy tips. Some of the courtesy tips is if you're traveling and after 10 o'clock, some campgrounds even close their gates up so you can't come in after 10 o'clock. But if you come in after 10 o'clock, be quiet. People go to bed. That's just a good courtesy tip. Don't come flying in and thinking you're going to party now, have a few beers, been on the road, but you should be quiet for the rest of them. Respect for the other campers, but that's a really good one. There's nothing worse when you try to go to bed and somebody's making noise. So have fun during the daytime. People don't go to bed. Another little tip, and this is one. We have the Road Trek. It don't have this problem with it because it doesn't have steps, and our antenna is that. But when you leave, to put up your steps, and if you have one of those crank out antennas, put your antenna down so you don't hit nothing with it. Probably been more steps ripped off by forgetting to put your steps up, and more antennas ripped off than you can imagine by just forgetting. I don't know. It'd be good to have a checklist of things. If you're forgetful, especially, put it right there on the dash or something. Just before you leave the campground, put your awning up. I wouldn't think you'd take off with your awning out. Speaking of awnings, some of these newer ones, now our awning cranks out, but some of the new ones are electric. And I don't know. I was watching another guy's channel. He has on camping yesterday. He said that his will not go back in if the electric motor stops. And it's like, wow, that would be bad. How are you going to, there's got to be a way you can bring it back in. But if your awning's one of those electric ones there, what's the procedure to bring that back in? If anybody has any guys, leave comments below. We can talk about this more. Anything that we talk over, leave comments so we can have more of a discussion with it. But yeah, that's another another tip. Make sure you bring that in. Of course, you want to unplug all your services, your electric, your uh, water, and all that. Some of the stuff I don't think would be that hard to forget, but there is different tips like that help out. On it. Um, for years, I went camping. Back. That was probably early '90s. I had a big motorhome. I had a Class A Winnebago 30-foot, and I went for a long time, camped 3-4 nights a week, and never paid a campground. But what I was doing is I used it to follow World Outlaw Sprint Car Racing, follow it all around, and we'd camp at the campground at the parking lots of speedways. And back then it was free. Now a lot of the speedways want to charge you now, but you used to get done with the races and go in. Sometimes some of the guys, we talk a little bit after races, but then go to bed, and next morning move on. Depending, some days we was going to another racetrack the next night, and usually did it Fridays and Saturdays, and sometimes Sunday nights we would go. But we took our camper once in 1990, came down here to Volusia County, Florida, and this was long before I lived down here. And we went to Volusia County Speedway during Speed Weeks, and spent a week right over here. It's about 15 miles from where we live now, and went to the Volusia County Speedway there during Speed Weeks. I also went over to Tampa, to East, is it East Bay? Yeah. And they had sprint car races over there, but we spent all this time. We never had a campground on it. But and being quiet, if I remember right, it was pretty good. You would think racetracks would be noisy at night, but never had that much problem. There was one track up in Ohio was always noisy, but that was the only one that really had much problem with it being noisy at nighttime on it. But that's just being courtesy camping tips. If you're out camping there, some people go to bed earlier, and time to be a little quieter on it, so you don't have to yip and yoo-hoo all night long on it. But, camping and going down the road, personally, I find it stressful driving a camper down the road anymore. The older I get, the more driving I find stressful, because people aren't courtesy on the road anymore, and frankly, there's people out there should not even have a driver's license that they go down the road. Another little subject, I ran across this yesterday, and they were talking about driving in the left lane, and couldn't figure out why people would drive in the left lane. Well, there is a reason for that. Some people do that, and I don't have a problem with it. As long as you're going the speed limit or better, you should probably be just a hair over the speed limit if you're going to be driving left lane. But say a 3-lane road, if you driving in the right lane, let's say, and you've always got on ramps, and someone's always one of my biggest pet peeves, people don't yield. And an on ramp, they're supposed to yield. You're heading down, say 95 or wherever, and they should yield when you're coming down, but they don't. They almost run right into you. So you say, well, I don't want to drive that lane. It's just constantly stress. Someone's coming in on you all the time because they don't want to yield. Well, then you can get in the center lane. The center lane is okay, but next thing you know, you've got people coming across on both sides of you, or they'll come and hang beside you, and you're in the center, and it's like a NASCAR race. They're one on each side, and that's very stressful. It's you just and then they're cutting. I can't figure out why people change lanes. People don't change lanes in an easy manner. Check, double check, ease on over. I don't know how they keep from hitting people. They come flying over, but you take the middle lane. I'm surprised more people don't come like this and run into each other the way they change lanes around. They're crazy, So then you get over to the left lane. Now, people don't like you in the left lane, but you have nobody coming in from your left side. The only one you got to deal is with your right side lane. And my opinion, if you're staying a tad above the speed limit, people don't need to drive that fast anyways. And they come up on you, it's like, sorry, find you another way around. I'm over the speed limit. You're breaking the law. And I think the law is you're not supposed to be in the left lane too, though. I think that is a law on it. But a lot of times the left lane can be the most comfortable lane to drive in, And I know a lot of people be against it. Leave comments about that, if you think that's right, wrong, or how do you drive. Leave a comment because I'm curious to see what everybody else thinks about that. So, the when you're heading down the road, you're trying to make it the most stressful. Driving could be very unstressful if everybody would be courtesy, drive properly. Driving would not be stress whatsoever, but it is. It's stressful. And, I just want to see what everybody else thought. So leave comments for it, against it, whatever. What's your way? Not drive at all. That's a good thing. I'd rather not drive at all anymore. That's a lot of times I just don't care to get out on the road, even to go down to the grocery store. It's crazy, but it's the world we live in. People have lost the ability to be courtesy in that. Well, hey, I'm going to try Cortana and see if Cortana has one more. Let's actually something interesting first. Tell me something interesting.
Hi, it's International Women's Day.
So it's International Women's Day. Now, is there an International Man's Day too? I don't know. Probably is. I don't know. Just tell me about a mythical creature. Let's see what that is. Tell me about a mythical creature.
In European folklore, the basilisk wears a golden crown and is the king of serpents. Legend says it has the power to cause death with a single glance.
Wow, that would be a mean little animal. So a basilisk wears a golden crown. Sounds like something out of the Bible in the book of Revelations. Let's see. What are you afraid of?
Terminal velocity. It's not the speed, it's the inevitable impact.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. If you watch a bad crash and something is flipping, rolling in the air, it's not the rolling in the air. It could toss you around, but it's the impact. That's the part. It's like we have skydive DeLand here, and I watch these parachuters come down, and if a chute don't open, it's not the fall that kills you. It's the sudden stop when you hit the ground. Oh, it's crazy. All right, let's give her one more chance for a good joke. Tell me a joke.
What do you do when you see a spaceman? Park in it, man.
Yeah, you park in that space. That's what you do. Well, and sometimes you drive around. Hey, people do that. That got me off on another subject. You go to the store and they're looking for a space, or they're sitting there waiting. Like they'll wait like forever. Somebody, hey, people move slow. When they're getting ready to get in the car, doesn't mean they're going to leave right now. It could take them 5-10 minutes because people just don't move. And people will sit there waiting for a parking space, and you'll sit there and wait. It's like, and they're blocking the lane. Like, get out of the way. I'm going to go on around and find one on out and walk. It won't hurt you to walk a little bit, A few people might have trouble with their handicap, but you can walk around. But hey, they do that. Hey, got me off on a tangent again. There you go. Doesn't take much. Hey, we're going to get out of here. This is Thursday. Make it a good day. I'm not sure what we're going to be up to today, but it'll be up to something there. So everybody enjoy your Thursday. See you tomorrow.